Today we profile Andrew Krasula. He called himself Lucky Buddy. I called him Dad. God has blessed me in a phenomenal number of ways. Two of the biggest, and the first, was my mom and my dad. From my mom, I learned, be good to people, treat people special. From my dad, I learned, you get up early, stay humble, work hard. Dad went to work for the post office and married mom when he was 31 years old. He had two hobbies, carpentry and golf. They raised four of us, my brother Skip, myself, my sister Danielle, and 9 years later, Jimmy. Dad would build cabinets, shadow boxes, etc., for friends, bartering as they often did back then. And he had the tools in the basement. And Skip and I would sit on the stairs and watch him. We had a little bench ourselves. And then eventually he taught us how to do carpentry. And we would go with him to assemble these cabinets, etc., in people's houses as we went along. His second hobby was golf. That's where I got my love for golf. We would golf, and sometimes we would never say one word. And he'd only have 5 or 6 clubs in a little bag. He says, Jackie, you got 14 clubs. You don't know how to hit any of them. Just take one club, take the 7-iron, and learn to hit the 7-iron. And one time we were golfing. I was 18 years old. We drove to Kankakee, golfed at some course, public course. And he would bring an apple and had a little pitcher and with a little iced tea inside, the granules. And then about the 14th hole, we'd find a canister of water and he'd fill up that pitcher, shake it, and then he and I would share that iced tea and he'd cut up an apple and we'd sit on the little bench. And one day, 18 or so, he says, Jackie, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm 18. I said, Pa, I want to be like that there Hugh Hefner and the Playboy Bunnies. You know, have all this money, planes, all these women. And he had the 7-iron right here. And he swung the 7-iron. When are you gonna learn? When are you gonna learn? Jackie, that ain't gonna make you happy. The least you have, the better off you are. And I remember the last couple of holes walking thinking, this is the dumbest man on the face of the earth. God, how did you ever give me such a dumb man to be my dad? A few years later, I met a stewardess. We went to the Detroit Zoo one day. And we're walking and she says, Jack, what's the key to being happy? And I said, well, the less you have, the happier you are. Things don't make you happy. And boy, the look on her face, that was the end of that romance. But I remember that night thinking, wow, that poison, that foolishness, it's inside of me. Ultimately came to realize it was the wisdom that he gave me. I called Mom and Dad most every day for 40 years. The way he ended every conversation, or when I would go to see him in Florida, in Tampa, when I was leaving, the last thing he'd ever say on that phone, person to person, was, Jackie, stay stay humble. Jackie, stay humble. If I heard him say it once, I heard him say it 10,000 times. Jackie, stay humble. He could eat like a horse when someone else was paying. Weighed 115 pounds soaking wet. But he was an unwavering set of beliefs, values, an energizing bunny, just endless energy in a twinkle from its blue eyes. When he passed, I said some words to the people that came to the funeral. These were things I learned from this compass. Get up early. Work hard. Keep pushing yourself. He died at 94. Up until 4 months, he was going to Mass every day. He was walking 9 holes a day, carrying his 5 or 6 clubs himself. Mom and Dad lived on a corner lot. He cut that grass winter, summer, every week, up until 4 months before he died. Keep pushing yourself. Let God be the center of your life every moment. Work to strengthen your faith every day. Live the golden rule. Be kind to everyone you meet and treat them special, independent of their race, color, or walk in life. Play the cards that you're dealt with each day to the best of your ability. Circumstances don't make the man. They expose the man. Never complain or make excuses. Be slow to judge, quick to forgive. The less you have, the better off you are. Exercise your mind each and every day. Do the hardest thing first every morning while your mind is fresh and unencumbered. Stay busy. An idle mind is the workshop of the devil. Whenever he knew I was going through tough times, Jackie, stay busy. An idle mind is the workshop of the devil. Never cut what you can untie. Jackie, keep the golf ball on the fairway. Mom and Dad were of Slovak origin. They would speak Slovak to each other when they didn't want us to understand as kids. They had a saying, Lesinia dvakrát placené. Literally, that meant inexpensive, twice paid. The way they explained it to us was, we're too poor to buy cheap. Friends, we didn't buy often. But when we bought a piece of furniture, bought clothes, we bought quality because you're too poor to buy cheap. Lesinia dvakrát placené. Whenever I would take them to a fancy restaurant to eat, Jackie, you can't eat the ambiance. That's the story of Lucky Buddy, my dad, Andrew Krasula. One of the first philosophy of life letters I ever got was from Dad. June 11th, 2000. Dear Jack, so you want to know my philosophy of life. Through 84 summers of life, I tried to live according to the second of the 10 commandments. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And thankfully, you've been doing just that. Do not ever do otherwise. With all our love, Mom and Pop. That's the story of Lucky Buddy, my dad. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again, please remember, with God, anything is possible. And Jackie, stay humble. It's home.